Man, back again. It's been a long time. Welcome to a new episode and new season of Sacramento Illness with your boy Ryan Smith here. Today is part 2 with my special guest, Mr. Clint Mooney is back for another one. My brother, how's it been going?
It's going really well. Thank you for having me back on this booming podcast show that everyone's been catching some listens to. So
Man, it's been almost 2 years.
Yeah, I know. And I was like,
You got to catch up.
For sure. And there's a lot to catch up on.
Catch up on, most definitely.
We've been talking about doing a episode 2 for, I don't know, quite some time now. But I guess COVID hit and just a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, because before we was talking about doing part 2, it was free. COVID wasn't even here.
Nope.
It was still normal.
Wasn't even a thought.
Yep. Now, it's a pandemic going on. Well, hopefully be ending soon. A lot of things have happened. Has transpired, which is a blessing. So
we're praying that you're doing okay.
So far, so good. Just maintaining. Like I said, hope everybody's out there being safe.
Yep.
Hope everybody's keeping safe travels, less spending. High gas prices going up, but that's a whole other conversation for a whole other day. But
Ryan just lied to you guys.
How so?
He said he's maintaining.
I am maintaining.
No. Every day you're always accelerating yourself. So like you're moving forward.
I am. So how things been going?
Things been going well, man. Got a new career going. A little nervous with that, but
new career. And what new career is that? May I
add? I got my real estate license.
Yeah. That's what's up. Give a round of applause for that. That's what's up, man. So what made you decide to get into Mr. Real Estate?
Oh, goodness. Well, a number of things. Well, one, Marshall Simpson, who graduated with us in class of 2009 at Prince Edward, he actually approached me and said, man, I'm going to buy RE/MAX. I said, you buy RE/MAX, I get my real estate license. And he actually bought RE/MAX and then approached me and was kind of talking some sense into me. And at the time I was working for a good company, I thought, but they were a good company, great leadership and all, but I was getting paid $12 an hour, working 8 to 5. Yeah, man, it's I was making sales calls, selling a product for this company, international company, so I don't want to say their name, but they were a good company to work for.
That's good.
Yeah, so I was $12 an hour. That's not a lot of money if you think about it.
In today's time, no, it's not. It's not.
But when you leave the house 7:30, and some people probably have a longer commute than I did. Luckily it's not that far from me. But the days turned into like 10-hour long days where I'm just sitting, and I'm in a wheelchair. For those of you guys who didn't listen to the first podcast, but I'm in a wheelchair and a T4 paraplegic from the chest down, and people kind of laugh when I say it's not healthy for me to sit all day, even though that's kind of what I do. But really, like, I got to get out of my chair. I got to,
gotcha.
I got to heal my body. And I was starting to get all these pressure sores and all. And I realized that I can make more money flipping cars. And that's what I was doing. I was flipping cars on the side because, look out my driveway. I got a bunch of them. And it's passion.
Yeah.
But I just realized, I was like, this isn't the place for me. I'm not happy. Actually, I'm kind of depressed here, and I need to heal my body. And yeah, I was like, that's when Marshall stepped into my life. I was like, okay, God, I see what you're doing here.
That's a blessing, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Definitely glad that things turned out the way that it did.
Let's hope so. We'll see how it goes.
It will. Like I said, you got to have great faith and great positive thoughts. And like I said, it'll be good.
Yeah.
You're on a great road.
Well, and here you are. So it's been 2 years, and now the podcast is back. So talk to me about that.
Well, I can honestly say that after 2 years, but 2 years ago, pretty much, after I did my last episode, I took a break from it. Started working on my latest book that came out last year.
Oh wait, let's get a plug in on that book. What's the name of the book?
The book is called Life as a Fighter. And the book is basically talk about my life and my honest truth. I know in the past I released a book prior to that called Born a Fighter, but that book wasn't really me expressing my true self in the truest form. Okay. I wasn't ready to reveal myself then like I am now. Yeah. So a lot has changed since then. So like I said,
you seem happier.
Way happier. Definitely way happier. It's been a blessing. I can honestly say that. Got the book done. that came out July of last year. Did good, still doing good. I think it's my best work to date because it's my truth, it's my honest truth. And I don't know, after I took a break from getting the book out and selling that and working on that, I just had this niche to come back to podcasting.
Yeah.
And a special person brought me back to that niche, which will be you. So
I might be bringing him onto YouTube here, hopefully.
Hey, like I said, he definitely brought that up too. So, like I said, man, it's been a great journey. It's been a journey since we last spoke. Because we last spoke, I was going through a pretty much discovery phase.
Yeah.
And I think that 2 years later has been a pretty good outcome.
Yeah. And I think as we talk on this podcast, and it seems like there's a theme that's going throughout from what we're saying is like just focusing on overall happiness and trying to be healthy, but being happy is a part of being healthy. And it sounds like, I don't know, when we talk about goals and we just kind of feed off of each other. And I think that's another thing that maybe needs to be discussed, especially with SAC and mental illness, is you got to have someone to talk to about it and just talk through your day and all. And I think this podcast is going to be a big blessing for a lot of people. And if you want to see it on YouTube, let them know for sure.
Definitely. Like I said, the podcast when I started, it was about tackling mental illness, but due to the pandemic, a lot has been going on since the pandemic, and people don't like to express themselves as they should because, like I said, there's no shame. There's no shame in expressing your feelings. Like I said, mental health is a serious issue. It needs to be taken seriously. I think that people are starting to get to the comfortable feeling of talking about it, which is a good thing. I think in the past, people were not willing to talk about it back then. I think now it's more of a thing to talk about it. Like I said, you need to talk about it. Don't feel no shame of, like I said, if somebody's willing to listen to your story, feel free to talk. Like I said, we're here to help you guys out the best way possible. So for me, I'm glad it's back. I'm glad we're back and kicking this thing off to more great positive things here.
Hey, and he might inspire me to do my own podcast. So
no.
But I can't do it alone. But something to look forward to is he's also he's going to be interviewing a teacher for a podcast, discussing the challenges of teaching students throughout the pandemic and virtually and all. And great person. It's my wife, Stephanie Mooney. So look forward to that to drop.
Definitely, that's going to be another major, huge interview. So stay look on that.
Yeah, everyone wants to hear a teacher's perspective, and
yeah, we just want to interview different people. That's like I said, there's people that want to come out and share their story or give us ideas to talk about. We're willing to take a listen and bring you on and invite you on and talk freely.
Yep. So, Brian Jackson, I know you're out there listening. I always I plugged you the last episode, so let's keep it going. 2 episodes now.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to ask, the last time we spoke, you wasn't married yet at the time, 2 years ago.
I don't think so. Well, that was April. No, because we got married in May. No. Yeah. May 30th.
Of 2020?
Yeah, so it was...
Yeah, it was after. It was after. So how's that been going?
I should definitely know my
So how's the married life been going?
Oh my goodness. It's been a blessing, man. It really has. It's been nice to have someone that when I was growing up, like I've always wanted to have, a beautiful wife inside and out, and like I think that's everyone's goal, is to find that loved one, and just get connected with them. And it's a rare thing when you do find that person, and I believe I'm pretty picky, and like we just connected, we became really good friends, and I think that's the big thing, is like we became friends before we started dating each other. And
that is true.
It got to the point where it's like we've all seen The Office, where the front desk lady, and then just like after working together, they end up getting married, and so it's kind of like that kind of story. But it's, I'm not gonna say it's doesn't have its challenges where we still got to work out. Some like, can you sweep here and stuff like that, little petty stuff. But who doesn't have those things?
Yeah, that's, relationships aren't perfect.
Gosh, but like it's nice having her to talk to, and she's really helped me focus on myself and like focus on just building myself, you know. So
that's a blessing, and that's great to hear. Most definitely.
You know, and I'm not alone at this table. I hear you found someone. What's up?
Yeah, I did. Like I said, 2020 was a great year for me. Like I said, 2020 was a great year for me. Finally decided to be myself fully. Proud of it. Like I said, met a great partner guy, Lee.
We know he's listening.
My best friend, like I said, he's really been the anchor for me. He's always been a great support system for me. And like I said, communication for us is key. Because you got to have great communication in relationships. You got to. If you don't have that, you don't have no relationship and honesty too. And like I said, we've been dating for over a year. This year will be 2 years. This is coming up June, so we're pushing for that. It's been great, man. Like I tell you, man, it's been a great blessing to finally to live your truth happily and have the support from people like yourself and for many others who just see you for you. It's been a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a blessing. Like I said, I think that everything happens for a reason. I think for me to finally be myself this past in 2020 was the beginning of a new chapter for me. Like I said before then, the Ryan that you saw before 2020 was not a happy person. It was a person who was still trying to figure out who I was. And I had many walls up. So now the walls is not down.
Okay.
The walls is no longer there.
Man, that's a powerful thing to hear, really.
Yeah, because you got to, because if you can't, before 2020, I was walking around but feeling suffocated at the same time. As I mentioned in the last podcast that we did.
Yeah.
And that's a grueling feeling to be.
Yeah.
Like you're walking, you're alive, you're breathing, but you're still feeling suffocated. Because you can't be yourself. You're scared of what people gonna say.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't care what people say.
You questioning everything.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every single day you're questioning myself. I was doing like, I don't want to be. You were so paranoid about getting outed. You were so paranoid. And I was so paranoid. I was terrified. But now it's like, how silly was, I mean, it's like the outcome of love and support since then has been tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a blessing.
It's kind of like us recording this podcast. I think we're both kind of in that same state now where we feel like we can definitely be an outreach and help people. But it's kind of like we said, what's stopping us? Why are we even questioning it? Let's just record this podcast and let's get it up and get it going. Like, it's why even worry about the negativity in the world? That's always going to be there. But
definitely,
let's focus on building a positive community, and I think that's what the world is really needing right now. And you said everything happens for a reason, and there's a reason why we got two mics in front of us right now.
Definitely, like I said, there's always going to be a negative thoughts of people in the world. That's never going to change, unfortunately. But at the same time, love conquers all, and positivity conquers all. So for me, moving forward with this podcast and just in general, just be positive. Why be negative?
Right. So,
I mean, there's no point of you being negative. The more you're negative because you're really affecting yourself. You're hurting yourself, really. And you're pushing people away.
Yeah.
And do you really want to be alone, anger and bitter, and what's the point? Or do you want to be happy, successful, blessed, and living life because you only live once?
Denzel Washington said something in a speech he gave, and it was like, when you get to where you're going, turn around and reach up and help someone else over. And like, anybody that's done a mud run and those things where you got to climb the walls and everyone's working together, like it's pretty much the goal.
Yeah, and like I said, like the great legendary Tom Hanks says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
You never know what you're going to get.
You never know what you're going to get. Great quote from the classic movie Forrest Gump, but it's a lot of truth in that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of truth in that. Like I said, a lot of movies that we used to grow up on drop a lot of gems, and we're just realizing it now.
Yeah.
Of course, when you're little, you just find it as a funny quote and keep it moving. When you get older, you be like, that quote has a lot of good meaning.
I heard one the other day, man. It's and I hope I'm not going on side tangents, but it was nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. I was like, what? And he said it so fast. I was like, what did you just say?
But that's a powerful one. That's a good one. That's a deep one.
I'm glad I got to share it because it's been on my mind this whole week, and I was like, that's a really great quote.
Well, that's good, man.
And he didn't even realize he said it. I was like,
whoa. Yeah, man. Like I said, man. So besides you getting married and starting a new life, plans moving forward. Do you have like a map of what you want to accomplish moving forward?
Yeah, I've got some goals in life, and I think that's part of the reason why I left the last job is I saw that, I have goals that, I want to buy more property as far as land, and I want to, I think you might appreciate hearing these goals, because Stephanie's probably tired of hearing me talk her head off about it. But, I have goals. I want to buy some property and start a large amount of property and start maybe an outdoor church at first that turns into a possibly wedding venue to help earn some income, but like a free church for those people that might develop into a school, because my wife is a teacher, and I actually been discussing this with a lot of people, and there's a lot of interest. But not just that, I see a value in doing that and using the whole property to where it's like I could have a Christmas tree farm that I get started, and then get the youth group involved to learn about business, and all the money that they make goes back into their youth group. I think that would add a lot of value. Community garden where the people say on Virginia Street or other streets that maybe don't have the best soil for gardening, or maybe they're in apartment living or something like that. Just wants a place to grow their own food, especially with the way inflation's going.
Definitely.
It'd be nice to have like a square parcel for people to come, and like you can come, put your own lock on it, and something like that, just so they can maintain their own garden and all. But I don't know, just those ideas have been tossed around. So I think real estate's definitely helping me with that, and just with this past month, the connections that I've made. I was on a radio show yesterday.
Sweet.
Man, I was pretty nervous. I definitely feel a lot more comfortable speaking with you, so I appreciate you. It probably didn't go as well as this is going, but
it did. It did. Close to it. It was good. It was good. Don't let them fool you. It was good, people.
I appreciate it. But that is on my Facebook if y'all want to listen.
Check it out.
But learning the real estate game. Oh, also, I don't know if I told you or you saw, but I've got I want to get into land and large properties and commercial real estate, particularly, but because I know those places will be, for the most part, accessible, so I won't have to worry about inaccessible housing. But I got connected with a really great guy who's also on the radio, and we've been discussing and talking about maybe a nonprofit that really addresses the disabled community's need in residential and real estate housing, rental housing, and how it's so hard for someone who might have a physical disability that will impair them to walk up and down stairs, and they're competing for rentals and houses that a lot of these big baby boomers, they're now trying to get in downsize in smaller houses, and so they're competing with a huge market. And I've been talking with a lot of people who share their stories with me after my radio show, and they were just saying, like, we've been waiting 8 months, and every time we go look at a property, it's either a cash offer comes in, or we're not really considered, even though like that's the only property we've seen in 8 months that has a 0 entry shower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's a pretty big deal, especially when you're talking about buying a $300,000 house, and you have to invest so much money just to get it accessible. And when it comes to getting a house accessible, some people, it's okay to do a ramp and all, but like the house might not be completely accessible. Like the house I'm in now, I'm in a wheelchair, but I got to pop a wheelie just to get over the door frame and stuff. Right. Gotcha. So it's little things like that other people in wheelchairs wouldn't be able to deal with, and so like that is another thing that we're really been meeting every week about. So
that's good.
Yeah,
that's definitely good.
It seems like a lot though.
That's definitely good. That's a great.
Me out.
That's a great plan. Nah, that's a great plan, man. Like I said, that's a great plan. That's a great strategy. And I'm sure you're gonna conquer and knock down all of those.
I hope so,
check
man.
marks, man. It's definitely.
But also got the drone down here, so trying to get into real estate photography and drone.
I've seen that. You've been doing a good job of that too. I've seen that.
Stop.
Nah, it's just facts. It's facts, people. It's facts. Most
But
definitely.
it's a good extension of my legs, so that way I can tour these 600-acre parcels of land and share that with
That's
people.
good.
Yeah, but getting a license is not easy. So
I've heard it's not easy. I've heard it's not easy.
And I only want to pay to $160 to take that test once, and that's it. So,
I feel you. Definitely feel you on that. Definitely.
but besides that, that's pretty much everything going on with my life. Trying to clean up around the house, and it's always something.
Always something.
Always something.
Well, for me, I think now I'm more of a trying to figure out moving forward what would be my next career move.
Yeah, no, we should dive into that now. I don't know how much you want to share, but
Sure, you
educate the people.
Well, for me, it's like
Everything happens for a reason.
everything happens for a reason. Like I said, I was in the Department of Corrections for almost 10 years. Went to the Department of Social Services for about a year, and I felt like it was mutual for me, along with the supervisors, people I was with at the time, my latest job, for me to move forward and do something different. Like I said, no hard feelings for me. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. I think if things don't go the way that you want, what's the point of you being bitter about it? Because you being bitter about it's not going to do nothing but hurt you in the long run. Like I said, you could be set up for something bigger. So for me, I've just been on a waiting game, basically waiting to see what next pop on my doorstep as far as career moves. I feel like there's nothing I can't do, especially in this climate as far as the world today. So for me, I'm blessed to had the opportunity to be from a cashier when I first started working, from Taco Bell to McDonald's, to being a correctional officer, to being an energy assistant specialist, to who knows, published author, podcaster. So the sky's the limit. Like the great notorious Big G said, the sky's the limit. So for me, I'm just waiting to see what falls the next in line for me.
Man, I think you're not waiting. You're recording a podcast right now, and it's
could be.
You're a chaser, not a waiter.
This could be. Like I said, this could be a new career path down the line. Like I said, for me, podcasting is fun. I love to do it. Will it be a long-term, full-time job? Who knows? It could be. Could be. I would never write that out.
Would this technically be the start of season 3?
Let me see. How many seasons have I done since I first started?
Gosh,
It's been...
we'll have to go back and check.
Go back and make sure how many seasons I've done. Like I said, I've done more than one season. Like I said, for me, this is a brand new season, a brand new chapter as far as podcasts moving forward. Because we talked about plans moving forward with the podcast. Like I said, I might be doing 2 podcasts, doing this one and working on yours as well. You plan on got it up your sleeve.
Well, and we'll just put them all on YouTube too, so that way, if you have a hard time finding them, like we'll definitely be out there and visible.
Most definitely. Like I said, for me, who knows? This could be the avenue, could be the lane for me moving forward as far as podcasting. People say I got the radio voice, so we'll see. I've heard that more than once, so.
And for real, let him know, like the community out there that supports Ryan and all. If y'all want to hear more of them, I can't be the only one being his cheerleader, and I know I'm not. So
I try to do the best I can on the podcast, man. Like I said, I'm not the greatest, I'm not the best, but hey, if people want to hear my voice and hear what I have to say, and hear what people have to say as far as people who I have on, hey, I will keep doing it. I will keep doing it, and we'll see what the future holds for both of us doing podcasting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So other goals you got in mind for the podcast you got up your sleeve?
Oh, you want me to explain those now? All right.
Hey, why not? Hey, this is...
They're not goals. It's happening.
Hey, this is part 2. We even spoke since 2019. This is...
I didn't want to...
It's a gap.
I didn't want to share all my goals to everyone right away, so you might have to wait a week so I can claim some names and stuff on YouTube.
Some little darts out there, little sprinkles out there, what you got up your sleeve, what you trying to create.
Well, I think, what you're doing is great for how you help... you're helping a large community.
Yeah, I hope I do.
Yeah, and I like the thing with the wheelchairs in the real estate and all is like the place where I can be a big voice. But I kind of want to be a voice for the town I love, the community I love, and I just want to I would love to start a podcast based on Farmville, the people in it, what we've got going on every week. Educate people on also the real estate market and the things I know. But I'm trying to get this guy hooked up to do it with me because I think him and I together, and maybe Brian, if you are listening, the diversity of ideas that we could bring and really help the town of Farmville grow, because there's nothing like that on YouTube. And you search any other place in town, there's people advocating for the communities.
And definitely. And like I said, hey, I'm all down for it. That's a great plan. I think that, you know, this city, this county needs a great, more positive description of the city, of the county. Like I said, I think the podcast and interviewing people in the history about it, interviewing people who wants to share their story. Like I said, for me, I don't hold judgment on anybody. Like I said, for me, this is a therapy. This is all about making people better and making the community better and making the county better. So I like that plan. I like that goal as far as doing the podcast for the county of Prince Edward. I like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. I think it will open up doors to
bigger things.
People seeing Prince Edward as a whole.
And I'm thinking like we can celebrate the successes of Prince Edward and like the people of it and stuff. And I you know, like yourself and, you know, my broker Marshall, you know, he did a big thing, graduated with me, and real proud of him. So like I just want to share that love and let the people who move here know what they're getting into.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of success in Prince Edward. A lot of success stories that haven't been talked about, that needs to be talked about.
Let's talk about way back when the schools shut down for 5 years. Like we overcame like the walkout and like the building of the book museum now.
Definitely.
The strides we've made to like we've overcome a lot.
Yeah, not to mention the Longwood basketball team.
Oh gosh, how could I not say it? Men's and women's.
Men's and women's. They is doing it big. Like I said, they're gonna shock some people in this tournament.
Yeah, so
I'm telling you, people keep thinking, don't sleep on them.
They won the Big South men's and women's tournament, punched in their tickets to the NCAA. We should record that game and host it.
Definitely. That's going to be, I'm trying to tell you, man, hey, March Madness, there's a lot of surprises, a lot of upsets, so don't be surprised if they knock off the top teams. I'm trying to tell you, they can make a Cinderella run.
Can you imagine if we get Duke in the first game?
And knock them out. Hey,
Coach K's last season.
Look, I love and respect Coach K. I respect Coach K and I respect Duke. But hey, if Longwood knocks them out, hey, that'd be a that'd be a historic moment. Let's
get it within 3 points at least.
At least you can stop Duke from making threes. You got them.
And I don't think people understand when we're talking about successes in the history. Longwood was a D2 team up until 2013, until they finally joined the Big South. And they haven't had a winning season up until now. And so this is a big deal for this community.
This is big. And I think that, like I said, man, both the men's and the women's going to make some noise.
ESPN Tournament Challenge Bracket, Longwood Lancers, join the group.
Definitely. Like I said, keep eyes on that. So that's another historic moment for Prince Edward. That's just for the county in general. Like I said, Longwood is, and I think it's going to get better from here.
Yeah.
I think the success is going to keep growing.
Well, I mean, Longwood's been around since 1838.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be great. And I expect other sports teams as far as this county to do big. They have been doing better things. As far as the Prince Edward basketball team to be doing great things. Football teams are doing great things. I mean, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. They've been definitely doing big things. Like I said, for me, I think that by Longwood doing big things, it should be an inspiring mechanism.
And I think if we talk about the transition of this community, and this is why we should definitely be talking about it, is because like people back in the day, they used to say, "Oh, the hospitals and the schools were really not that great."
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I don't know, I see a UVA logo on a Centra building on Main Street. You know, I'm like,
and they are in commercials too.
They're expanding. They're doing really doing some big things, and you know, I think if with community support, people will start recognizing the greatness that is in the schools and in the hospitals and really this whole community.
Yeah, because like I said, for moving forward in general, the whole mind and the whole goal is to basically put a positive stamp, not just on sacramental illness, but our county, Prince Edward as a whole, because it's about growth. If anything else, it's about growth and equal opportunities, great success for everyone. And that's the
Well, better way to sack mental illness than with the story.
Hey, like I said, to anybody who's going through tough times, who wants to share, hey, feel free to contact either myself or Clint, or hey, we'll be free to invite you on. Like I said, for we don't judge, discriminate. We like to invite everybody to speak their story. And for the people I've interviewed in the past, it's been a blessing, including yourself. Because like I said, you guys didn't have to do that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man. So how can people contact you?
They could hit me up on my Facebook page, or you can hit me up on the Sacramental Illness page on Facebook. There's a message board. You can message me on there too, and I can respond back on that.
Cool.
And we could set up an appointment in a day for us to meet and knock
the podcast Zoom capabilities.
Out. Yeah, Zoom capabilities. We can do it by a speaker, phone. Hey, I've done it all. So for us, feel free to hit us up, man. Like I said, for us, we're trying to do big and better things. And it's great to catch up with my buddy Clint. It's been too long.
Yeah.
It's been too long. 2 years has been a long time.
There'll be more.
There'll be more. There'll be more than just this size. So like I said, for me, I can't wait to move forward and doing big and better things. Like I said, I think Clint has some great goals on his sleeve. Like I said, don't let him fool you. He has some great tricks on his sleeve to make. I'm trying to tell you, don't let that smooth talk fool you. He's got some great things on his sleeve to make this county better. So I'm proud of him, the work that he's done, to overcome what you have overcome pretty much. Thanks, in general. Man. Like I said, it takes a strong person with a strong mindset to keep on.
Every day it's work. So
yeah, hey, look at where you were to where you're at now.
Yeah, you should put Mr. Grant Work Life. Give him some. He might want to sponsor this thing because.
And I've got the yeah, I'm telling you, Adam Grant, man, that dude.
Talk about some success stories.
Success stories. Work Life. I got hoodies. I got hoodies from this guy. I'm telling you, he puts the stamp on what it is about work ethic, determination, and goals, and what he's doing is a big thing too. Definitely.
Yeah, and anytime you see a Work Life sticker on someone's vehicle and something like that, like that's like him recognizing someone. Yeah, it's like a stamp of approval. Like, good job, you did it, man.
Yeah, it's like, and that came from him. Like I said, for him to create that and start that up, and like I said, he
might. We might have to talk honestly, about this YouTube thing.
Yeah, like I said, when I reached out to him, he didn't know who I was, but I messaged him. I said, like, hey, keep doing what you're doing. And he was shocked by it. I said, yeah, because I see what he was doing from afar.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, I didn't know it. You never know what you're doing is impacting somebody else. You never know.
Man, he's my neighbor, so I see him going up and down the road all the time doing work. I'm like, man, he's driving the glass truck at 8 o'clock. Man, he's working.
Yeah, he's working.
And then I'll see him post a picture of him working on a building at night.
Yeah, like I said, he's working. He's working from clothes to gear to places with windows. He's on the road.
So, but yeah, anyway, we should let's not keep this running too long. But
oh no, it's all good though. We expect to get back in the mix. Class. I said it's been 2 years since I actually got back on the podcast and mic skills. So hope I'm not too rusty out there. So I appreciate my brother Clint for bringing me back out. It's been a while.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Like I said, it won't be too many gaps in between here. It's just the beginning of getting back into podcasting. So like I said, I appreciate my brother Clint from knocking up this dust on this podcast mic.
Man, I got cobwebs on mine.
But like I said, man, this is a new beginning. We're looking forward to great things. Like I said, this is your boy, Mr. Ryan Smith, here with my brother Clint Mooney. Hey, be on the lookout. You can check out this podcast on streaming apps from Spotify to Apple to all the streaming networks that has this podcast. Check us out on there. Check out the Facebook page. Check out Clint Mooney's personal page. Check out mine. So you got any questions, hit us up. We'll respond back. And hey, on to big and better things, man.
If you need help buying or selling properties, Clinton Mooney at remax.net.
Hit him up, man. I'm trying to tell you, real estate, he's the next big one. Most definitely indeed. But like I said, it's your boy Ryan Smith. Another episode of Stack of Mental Illness. Be safe, be positive, and hey, we'll see you later. Peace and love, people.